We're ready when you are.
Does that mean she doesn't get to do the jet ski and I do?
No.
No.
And
Okay,
for the
team.
record, Bill is in my seat.
Okay.
Oh, did I get here before you?
Could I get order, please? Thank you. We're ready to go. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We have a full house tonight. Still missing one participant from the rec committee, which I'm still waiting to hear from, but we have the rest of us here tonight, so that's great. Thank you. We'll start off by asking if anybody's videotaping or taping the meeting. Would they please let me know? Seeing nobody for
What would you do if there was?
the 8th year in a row. Yeah, we'll move on. We'll take roll call first. I'll start on my left.
Ann Kennedy.
Maureen Piccioni.
Bill Carey.
Chris Kelsey.
Chris Clark, Town Council Liaison.
Monroe.
Nina Coleman, Sandy Neck Park Manager.
Donna Bragg.
And Tom O'Neill. Okay. Let's get to our agenda. Act on the minutes from November. Mr. Sampu ably chaired that meeting. I watched it on video just to see if he did a good job.
Did he?
And you did, actually,
Okay,
yeah.
good.
So we'll look for anybody have any comments. I've already asked Donna to remove Joe O'Brien's name from the list because he's no longer a member since he left the rec committee. So as I said, we're waiting for a new nominee. Anybody else have any comments about the minutes from last month or Pete's performance?
No, we can leave that. We don't need.
Okay, then I would look for a motion for,
We'll make that motion that we approve them as printed.
Second.
okay, motion seconded. All in favor?
Not chairing this
Abstain.
You don't have to,
I don't have to
No, you don't have to
I
abstain.
haven't, didn't watch it.
Okay, well,
So?
doesn't matter, you still don't have to abstain. But anyway, it's passed, so
Okay.
thanks. Okay, public comment. Anybody have anything from the public that wants to say anything at this moment? Okay, thanks. We'll move along to correspondence. Anything? I didn't receive either. Staff report.
Yes, thank you. A quick staff report. Wanted to let everybody know that the hunt is over. The pheasant hunt is over, so at this point, we're dealing with duck hunting. Donna, is rabbit still open?
Rabbit is open.
Rabbit is open, but much less hunters on the beach. We dealt with a 4-day blow out of the north, and we did have quite a turtle stranding the last 4 days. We've had 82 turtles come ashore in 4 days. It was quite an epic couple of days. We're all a little tired, the three of us here.
Are they all
running.
right?
They're all looking good. I can't say if they're all right or not.
Were they all Ridleys, or what are they?
Almost all those were Ridleys. We had 6 greens out of the 82 and 1 lager.
Oh, good.
So it was a fun.
Is that the picture you had on the logger? Was that the logger?
No, that was one of the greens that I had as my profile picture, but yeah, it's been an exciting few days. We spent a lot of time driving up and down the beach and plucking those off the beach.
I think I saw, do you go all the way up to the point?
Yes.
Yeah, because I think I saw the vehicle
Yeah,
this afternoon.
yeah.
Well, we're gonna, I think
I'm
Tom's
going
gonna
out
do
tonight,
a
yeah.
night- A patrol, and then I'll do a first thing in the morning patrol. So the winds are settling down. Today was the biggest day. I think it was probably close to 30 animals today.
It was 34.
Yeah, 34 animals.
Wow.
Today.
So, you know,
I
that
gotta
big
check
wind
my
out of the
beach.
north, straight out of the north today. But by the end of the day, really right at the last patrol of the day, we were only getting a few. So I think there might be the odd one. Usually there's a lager event after a Red Leaves event. So right at the end of the season, there's usually a lager event somewhere on the Cape, and that's quite a few of those animals. So that may still happen in our future. And every time the wind is up out of the north, we'll be out there again. So we'll keep you posted.
Can I ask a question about that? Certainly, you're covering all the way to the mouth of Barnstable Harbor. How far to the west do you patrol? All the way to Scorton?
With permission from Sandwich Natural Resources, we go all the way to Scorton.
And you do have that then. Does anyone go to the west of Scorton Creek?
Yes.
Good.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah, that's a foot patrol.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
And that's actually, we get a lot of turtles around the Sandwich Town line for whatever reason, the way the ocean is set up there. So It's a pretty lucrative spot. I want to remind everybody that we're still obviously winter curfew, so 4 p.m. you need to be off the beach, airing out by 4 p.m., no campfires. Keep an eye on those tides. We're losing beach, so really anything over a 10, you could get stuck out there, and people do. And then they call us, and we say, well, hang tight. There's nothing we can do for you. So watch those tides, watch the wind direction. That makes a really big difference with the tides. The gatehouse is open by appointment only. We got a lot of merchandise, so anybody wants stocking stuffers, give us a call, and we'll organize to meet you there. Stickers will be going on sale around the first of the year, so that's up and coming. Same process, but your permit that you have on your vehicle right now is good till January 15th. So we give that extra 15 days because we're not going to be available for everybody who wants to drive on the beach on the first of the year. So we didn't want it to expire on the 31st and then have everybody trying to get staff there when staff is trying to be with family. So your sticker is good till the 15th of January. You're certainly welcome to go out there. The 1st of January is a big ORV day. People like to take a ride down the beach. The only other thing I can mention is that we did the fee hearing on the 15th of November, and it went very well. There was no comments about the Sandy Neck fee increases. We're waiting to hear from the town manager before those are enacted, so that the comment period is still open for that. I don't think it's going to be open much longer, however. So that's the end of my report. If anybody has any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Are you still going to have the merchandise sale on Monday, middle of the day, at the gatehouse?
Yeah,
You're still doing that?
we're around. See, like even this week, because we were out doing turtling, good luck getting us. You know, we were out there and stuff. But yeah, I had quite a few people make appointments and come on in, and we're very happy to have you come in and get merchandise. We do have sweatshirts, sweatpants, hats, all kinds of stuff for sale.
Okay. On your website, the only reason why I brought it up is on your website, you said it would be open on Monday, middle of the day. I think
Well, thanks for
11
alerting
Thanks,
us.
yeah.
11 o'clock till 2
It's
o'clock.
probably from last year.
It may be from last year.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that happens.
Because I plan on going, so I just wanted to make sure
Okay.
you're going to be there.
Thanks for bringing that up. So Monday,
Turtles,
He will
you're out of
not
luck.
be there on Monday.
yeah, if the wind's out of the north, we will not be there. Otherwise, we'll be happy to sell you merchandise.
Chase us down and we'll sell you something.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe that is.
Oh, it's coming up.
Okay, sorry.
I want to just remind everybody we're doing the safety solutions at the next meeting. And so one of the staff members will be presenting that. We're working with Officer Kelsey. I have been all year. We're going to be talking about how the year went and different ways that we can continue to improve our safety and enforcement efforts at Sandy Neck. I will say that I did just purchase the jet ski, which is going to be our rescue vessel. So I kind of want to give you a little bit of a heads up on that, which we'll be discussing. But that's going to be our new water rescue with a sled on the back.
How
So
much
we're-
fun are you going to have riding
well,
on
we're
that?
going to have fun, but we're also going to save people because it is an area that's very far away from either Sandwich or Barnstable, both of those, or our harbor master. Like all of those response vessels take a while to get to Sandy Neck proper. So
So have you had that issue before?
definitely, yeah.
People get blown out. I mean, my granddaughter was one of them, so for
On
the,
a
yeah, on a
like
raft, you
plastic
know,
thing?
next thing you know,
Yeah.
the tide's going out, the wind's blowing
Yeah.
offshore, so it's not, and before you know it, you're in 20, 30 feet of water pretty quickly, so it's,
Yeah.
So we'll be talking about that. I look forward to going through everything with everybody next meeting. But that's going to be our big
it's great.
push to start to address the safety offshore, particularly, like you said, the floaties are a real problem, but we also have water rescues that we often have to
Yeah.
do.
We learned early on not to use those where we were. I don't know what it's like on Sandy Neck, but
Same. If you got the tide going out and
yeah, we have
offshore,
quite a
you
bit
know, and
of
on,
current anyway,
land
all the
breezes.
time, so.
that's great.
If anybody goes out, you might see a whale carcass on the beach.
Oh,
It was, it's already been tagged by IFA. It's down by, Trail 2, a little bit east of Trail 2. Nothing to worry about, nothing to see there, but.
is it a minke or
Pilot.
pilot?
Well, yeah.
Sharks have gotten most of it, I think, at this point. So
Really?
Yes,
Which is
heavily-
fascinating just to see that,
heavily
too.
chewed on by.
Surgical
sharks.
cuts, it's like, woof, yeah, pretty wild.
I wonder if it was part of that group that was up
It
in
was.
Wellfleet?
It
There were,
was.
What, 6 of them? And I think they said 5 of them washed up.
Yeah.
Maybe this was number 6.
It definitely was. It's tagged.
Yeah. Oh,
Yep.
okay.
So it came from Wellfleet all the way to Sandy Neck?
Mm-hmm.
So it was obviously one of the beach ones, Wellfleet,
Yes,
that didn't make it.
right.
Okay, we'll move on to old business, conservation and beach erosion. We'll talk about, we'll get an update again on the beach facility restructuring. I'll just leave it to Pete in a second, but I sent you guys a lot of information from this seminar that I know Pete was there, Nina was there. I did it by Zoom, this marsh presentation by the at Mass Audubon, yeah, which I have to say, I sat through 2 days and it was really good. I sent it to you because, not that it's kind of immediately relevant to the beach, but it really is, because it's all part of one infrastructure. And, the history behind, how the marsh behaves over time and with respect to farming and the mosquito ditching and things like that, I found fascinating. And the work that they're proposing to do, also fascinating, and some of the work that's already been done, which has proven pretty successful. So it's really interesting. It's a lot to go through. But what I was thinking is, and I'll come back to this later, is that one of the things we could do next year is, either have Pete or get someone from that organization to come and talk to us about it, in a condensed version, because it is pretty, it's a bit of a fire hose of information, but it might be worthwhile doing something like that. So I sent you a note just saying, maybe we'll do something.
Yes, actually, Dave Burdage, who presented that day, he may still know my name. We were colleagues 30, 40 years ago. So I'm aware of his standing and stature within the estuarine community as a scientist as well.
So we'll see if it makes sense for us to do something on our own. I mean,
I could summarize it and keep it simple, Sally.
Right,
That's my-
yeah, there you go.
That's what I do best with
Yeah.
young'uns.
Myself.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. It might be worth getting someone from Audubon to attend to, and, just make it a couple, maybe an
Yeah.
hour thing some evening at a meeting.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I could get Ian Ives. I'm teaching his daughter right
Okay.
now, so I've got an inside
Little F
scoop on
threat
him,
there.
and I've got a long history with him at
Okay.
Audubon also.
All right, we'll talk about that, but if you have a chance to read it, it's really interesting. I thought it was...
What I would like to mention on that is that our understanding, the science that provides this basis of information for better policy decisions. That's what science can provide, and that's what was so nice about this 2-day workshop, bringing it to the Cape community.
Yeah, I think I would say it raised my understanding of how marshes work by about 100%. So, just had no idea about some of these, particularly the sensitivities of the water levels and stuff within the marsh is really incredibly important. So I encourage you to read it, and we'll see if we can carve out a time to have a little discussion on it with somebody. Maybe Pete can find somebody, and the two people can put something on to kind of summarize it for us.
You said you sent us an email on that?
I sent everybody, your email for some reason never comes up right, so I think I sent it to William_S_Carey@Yahoo, right?
Yeah.
I did send it to that.
At Yahoo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Check
that's the correct
your
one.
spam or
How long ago did you send it?
Couple of
About a-
days.
Roughly.
about a week at the most, probably.
Yeah.
I don't
just-
think I got
I'll send it again, but
I'll-
just
I
I'll check.
printed it
I'll let you
Saturday,
know
so
if
it was
it's
before that.
Okay.
Pete, did you have anything else you wanted to add on that? We'll cover the project at the end. So okay. Bill, anything you want to cover on?
Nothing question wise.
Okay, thanks. And I don't have anything on economics.
Please try again.
Okay.
Please try again.
Being observed by Google or somebody here. Siri. Siri. My God, just shut my speaker off on the phone. Okay. Economic sustainability, I mean, obviously the key project was the fees. That really, Nina did a great job. It went through, there was really very little controversies from what I could tell from going back, looking at the meeting. So there's nothing else I have to cover there, so we'll move on to new business. We don't have anything on the agenda, but I do have a couple things I want to start planting in your minds for January, for January.
One moment.
Oh, yeah, sorry, let's go through the project first.
City Neck Beach reconfiguration.
Yeah, let's go through that now, sorry.
Project
Oh.
update,
Yep,
that's you.
thanks, thank you.
That's okay.
Okay, I thought that was where you were going, so.
No, I was just going to end it, no.
So, we are moving along with the alternative analysis. We are down to our 3 alternatives, just to remind everybody. And the next move is to do public outreach. It took a while to kind of come up with the dates, but we have locked in dates. So January 10th at Liberty Hall in Marston's Mills is going to be the public presentation, like the in-person presentation is what I'm trying to say, 6 p.m. And then, and that's a Tuesday, and then January 12th is going to be our Zoom presentation. So we're trying to capture as many people as possible. And that's also at 6 p.m. Now this is the way I get to the Zoom things, because I know everybody gets confused with the Zoom things, but if you go to the town website, along the top, it says calendar. Go to that date, and that's your quickest way into any of these Zooms. So just
Now-
putting that out there.
Why are you having your presentation on Sandy Neck in Marston's Mills?
Well, that's an excellent question. It's because I live in the mills, so no. That's not
Aha. Very good reason.
No. We spent weeks trying to find a place. It's very difficult to find a place. We really wanted the West Barnstable Community Center, and that's booked solid. So
How about the County Complex Harbor View Conference?
we didn't try we can try that. I don't
I mean,
think.
that's, pretty central, good parking.
Yeah, it is.
Can you change the location at this point in time?
Or
don't-
maybe an additional meeting?
I don't
just
think
add-
we've. Well,
add
first
to
of
your-
all, I do need to warn you, it's really hard to book something. I don't know about the county, but all the town facilities are very difficult.
I know that this is one that is used a lot by the town of Barnstable.
Well, let me look into it and see if we can do that. I don't want to upset the apple cart because it took so long just to get the date. And Liberty House is adorable. I don't know if you've been in there. It's a really,
No, but it's just not that
The mills.
convenient for
I
people that live in Barnstable.
Paul Graves booked the Harbor View room for the public information meeting.
yeah, right, thank you.
Still in the town of Barnstable, is that what you said?
I mean, it's,
It is.
I
I've heard the town of Barnstable.
I will do my best.
Sorry, I was just saying that Paul Graves booked that room for the information meeting for the Scudder Lane reconfiguration.
Right,
So
I was good.
DPW knows the drill.
My suggestion, Nina, is you do an assessment of how deeply it's been communicated to
Right.
this point, and if it's, been communicated with any degree of depth, leave it alone, because we don't want to confuse people.
Agreed. I think it's already posted.
Or could you do another one? Will be like piece of cake the second time around.
So I'm not doing it. We're paying a consultant to do it.
Oh.
So that's what we
But Ian
had.
said she'd pay. for the-
Yeah,
Yeah, the
sure.
extra one.
Charge.
All in favor?
Yeah, I mean, that's what, the tasks are, and that's what, so I don't think that that's a possibility either. But in terms of outreach, we're gonna go to, we have the off-road vehicle database, So that's a nice chunk of people. We have the civic associations was another idea. And so I wanted to welcome any other, databases that people might have that we could use to reach out and get the information out there
I have not included it in the newsletter yet.
in the newsletter. So yeah, we have the.
So, but
Mine
I'm
too.
holding off.
What time on January 10th?
6 p.m.
6. The same with the Zoom one on January 12th?
So did it already go before the town council?
No, it has not. It was, the town council was getting really backed up with a bunch of their other projects, and so the decision was made to move forward with this in conjunction with the
Okay.
town council. So the town council agenda isn't set till like right before the town council, and it was just tripping us up because we didn't know when it was going to be on. And I think they prioritize, right? You've been at that table before. So it was decided that we would just move forward with this outreach.
Right now, I guess they're starting the budget.
They are, yeah.
They are.
I'm doing the budget
Staff is.
on my end.
Oh, yeah, okay, well, you would know.
Spreadsheets in my head, yeah. But regardless, I'm very happy we have dates set, and that we can do this outreach, get the feedback that we need. I actually personally think it's better to get the feedback from the public, then bring it to the town council and say,
I do
this is,
too.
this is what the neighborhood's concerns are, this is what the off-road folks are concerned about, these are addressable, these aren't addressable. So I think this is a good plan.
And it's after the holidays.
And it's after the holidays, yeah.
Will you have some sort of a feedback form available for the people that show up, I guess? Well, it doesn't matter. It could be the online, the Zoom one, as well as the in-person one, where they could fill out a form for those people, I guess, that want to make comments about what they thought about the presentation.
Never heard of a feedback form. Generally, what we do when we're getting feedback from outreach, like we just did Scudder Lane, boat ramp, is that a staff member takes the comments, and then we have those available.
They could post on Facebook, I mean, Barnstable's Facebook page, right? And then
Yeah.
pick it up from there.
Yeah.
Okay. I would think that might be helpful if you're dealing with the town council later. If you can say, well, these are some of the questions that were raised, and here's the responses.
What's particularly valuable for a Conservation Commission meeting is you put your comments in writing and you submit them. And now you have a written record as well as the video record.
Yeah, it would be easy enough in those meetings just to say that to people. If you have comments, send them into somewhere. I mean, so give an address or a phone or a email address or something at the presentations.
Yep, we can do that,
Yeah,
certainly.
that'd be easy enough. Okay. Any other questions on the project? Okay, thank you. So just, we really don't have anything else on the agenda, as far as, unless Donna tells me we do. But I just wanted to take a few minutes to do two things. One, thinking about next year, and I would like to put on the agenda for January for us to have a little bit of a discussion about the board for next year. January, we have the safety presentation. I think that's the only thing kind of meaty on the agenda. And we will have just had the public meetings, so probably, I think, just ahead of our next meeting, if I remember the calendar correctly. But I really wanted to get you thinking a little bit about a couple of things. One, it's a good chance, I think, or it's a good thing to do periodically, just step back and say, are we meeting in the right way? Is our format for the meeting proper? Is there things we could do to improve it? We've kind of had this format in place for a while now where we have these three kind of key areas that we focus on. But I'd like to get that was developed a few years ago. We've followed that. It seems to work okay, but I mean, I'd like to get your input on, just from my perspective as the chair, on what you think we could do, if there is anything we could do to improve the meeting, the flow of the meeting, the agendas, things like that. We've talked about having getting back, COVID kind of took our legs out from under us on this idea, but we had talked about having, kind of on a regular basis, some people coming in, experts in various areas, even if it's just for half an hour in a meeting, to kind of see it as kind of an education opportunity. The kind of thing I was talking about before with Pete would be one of those. We've used to have Mark Ells come in a couple times a year. I'd like to get back on that track as well, have him coming in. And there might be other speakers. I know, Ann, you've recommended people in the past, and again, all of it kind of went, by the wayside with COVID. So I personally think that would be a good idea, but what I'd like to do is get your input on that, just to get everybody thinking about how we steer this thing as opposed to me. So we make sure we have everybody's views included, and then we'll have a little discussion in January about this. I'll give you a kind of an outline. We can put it on the agenda, and then we'll have a little discussion in January, kind of agree on how we want to move forward as a team, and that'll kind of be the basis of any changes that we want to make. There's the format of the meeting, I think we have a little flexibility. I think we can shape that. There are some sort of meeting kind of steps that we have to follow. But like, for example, we changed, probably a couple years now, we changed to having a public comment earlier in the meeting to give us input. That we don't have tons of public attending. It's usually it's the usual suspects most months, which we really appreciate, by the way. So just things like that, that we could do to make the meeting more effective from everybody's perspective. So we'll put something on the agenda. I'll get something to Donna in terms of a tickler outline to kind of get you thinking about that. All righty. Yeah, Donna sent out the
I already
dates
sent the dates out.
for the meetings.
Yep.
Hopefully everybody's got that. So the final thing is just really to thank you guys for your contributions over the last year. I really appreciate it. You all have unique perspectives, and that's really what makes a good team, is to have the difference. Pete's a great scientist. I have no idea about science, but I know a lot about business. So you have these different, perspectives, people that have done different kinds of jobs and different kinds of roles over their lives. So appreciate that. Appreciate Chris coming and giving his support. Both Chris's. And our adjunct board members over there, Wendy and Rich and everybody. So, but thank you very much for your contribution. Thanks to you guys for supporting the board. And I hope you all have a Merry Christmas or whatever holiday, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, what else is there?
Well.
I'll be sued for not mentioning it right.
I think you've mentioned them all.
Yeah, whatever you celebrate this time of year, have a Merry celebration and a Happy New Year. And we'll see you guys next year. So with that, yes.
Do we have to vote on this? Did we
No.
already vote on it?
No,
Okay.
that's a pretty standard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every year.
I remember in the past.
I think we
voted
did in
on
the
it. I'm
past,
not
but I don't think we
Yeah,
have
we've
to.
accepted it.
Standard every year.
I don't think we have to, yeah.
We didn't make any changes.
Motion.
Public comment, sorry, before we wrap up.
What was my big surprise?
The turtles.
What
Oh,
else?
the turtles? Oh, well, that was a surprise.
Is that not enough?
Yes. I'm excited about that.
I thought it was food or something.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Can't you see the bags under our eyes?
I know.
I know.
We're all a
We're
little.
pretty turtle fried, but happy.
I just love my turtles.
Make a motion to call the end to this meeting.
Yes, you should.
Look at that
Need
character.
a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
He's way.
Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion's passed. Thank you very much, everybody.